Welcome back to Conquest of Nerath. This time it is the humans' turn, the Nerathan League. And the first thing we do, of course, is we draw an event card. So they get to draw an event card, and they draw Sustained Push. Okay, it says play after you conquer a land space by winning a battle on your turn. You can immediately attack one adjacent enemy land space with any Nerath pieces in the conquered space. Excellent. So sensing a turn in the fortunes of war, the soldiers eagerly press the attack. So that's going to be a good card for their turn. And yes, of course, up next I need to move all of the pieces. And that's going to be quite a bit. So let me think about this for a bit, and then I'm going to do some zooming in and some moving. All right, so the first couple moves the humans are going to make is they're going to put one here and one here, pushing into this area. For 2, they are going to move the Storm Elemental in with this Storm Elemental, and they're also moving a warship in there. And I'll have to zoom out and do some more moving. Alright, so for the rest of the movement, I'm going to move the wizard here to this dungeon, this leader to this dungeon. Is that what I was going to do? Yeah, and then I'm going to move this leader to this dungeon, 1, 2, and this wizard, 1, 2, to this dungeon. And we're going to move this giant, 1, 2, into this space. And we're going to move the foot soldier in here, the siege engine in here. And then we're going to move this fighter into this dungeon. We are going to pick up the siege engine with this boat and drop it off here, as well as one foot soldier into that space. So that boat has been used and these guys have moved. And the dragon is going to fly 1, 2, 3 over to the sea space right here to attack this boat. And I'm not sure I'm going to move anything else at the moment. Actually, I will. I will move this soldier here, and I'll move this soldier here. All right, and we'll move this soldier up to this point. Okay, I think there are no more units left to move, pretty much. So let me write all the units, and then we're going to get into the battles. So the first thing the humans are going to do, of course, is plunder a dungeon. So right here we have 2 fighters and a wizard going into this dungeon, and they need to take on, if it will focus, an owlbear rolling a d12. All right, let's get these units over to the dice tray and roll combat. All right, so we have our 2 fighters, our wizard, and our owlbear. And the wizard, of course, has first strike, so a d10. If he hits the owlbear, he's going to take him out because he only has 1 die. And he does not. He rolls a 4. Wizard fails to hit the owlbear. However, we do have 2 fighters as backup. And they roll a 2 and a 2, which is a failure. And now the owlbear strikes back and rolls a 1. So a whole lot of missing happening. All right, let's go to another round. We're going to press the attack. The wizard rolls a 9, and that is enough to destroy the owlbear, who does not even get a retaliation because of first strike. Okay, that was excellent. We're going to go back to the main board, and we're going to claim a treasure. All right, a successful dungeon plundered, the Troll Haunt Warrens, and we didn't lose a unit there, so that was good. All right, so we get a treasure card for that. And the humans have found the Maul of Titans. Play at any time, which of course will be right now. And it is a property, which means it's going to be in effect from now on. It says, whenever any of your monsters conquers an enemy land space on your turn, you steal 1 gold from the enemy realm's treasury. Ooh, that is nice. And that's going to get us 1 victory point right now. So we're going to play that, and we're going to claim a victory point. All right, the Elven Human Alliance is going from 4 points up to 5. We're trying to catch, of course, the Iron Circle and Karkath, who are sitting at 9 points. All right, back to the board for some more action. All right, so way up at the top in this dungeon, we have the Sunless Citadel. We have a fighter and a wizard, and I will show you this as soon as I zoom out. Ooh, it's something pretty tough. All right, so I set up the dice tray. We have a fighter and a wizard going up against a Drider, which is, of course, a half human, half spider. Rolling a d8 and a d10, so pretty tough. However, we do have a wizard first strike. Let's see if we can eliminate one of those. Dice. And he rolls a 10. So the wizard sends in his magic missiles or whatever and takes the d8 off the Drider. But the d8 is going to, or sorry, the Drider is going to be rolling a d10 left. But we do have a fighter. So let's roll for our fighter. And our fighter rolls a 10. Wow. Drider eliminated very quickly, but it does get one retaliatory strike. And it rolls a 9. So we're going to lose either the fighter or the wizard. I think we're going to lose our fighter. Valiant guy, but he goes down. All right, and on the token here, it says rewards plus 1 gold. So we're going to claim a gold and another treasure. This is really good for our human team. All right, so the Sunless Citadel way up here successfully plundered, taking the Drider out, which is going to claim the humans, whoops, as I throw it on the floor, gain the humans 1 gold piece. That takes their total up to 14 now. And they also get to claim a treasure for plundering the dungeon successfully, and they find an unpronounceable names ointment. It's play at any time, which of course will be now, and it has an ongoing property which says once during each of your turns you can cancel 1 hit scored against you during your turn. So I guess only when it's your turn can you cancel 1 hit. It's worth 1 victory point, so let's go ahead. We're going to activate that. And we're going to claim another victory point. Things running along smoothly for the Nerathan League. The humans, we're going from 5 points up to 6 for that treasure card. And now we're going to go and I think do a couple of sea battles. And that may conclude this episode. We'll have to see how long that takes. All right, so we're going to do this sea battle, which is a warship and a storm elemental versus a storm elemental. And so we're going to be rolling quite a few dice. The storm elementals, of course, roll 2d8s when they're in sea spaces. And our warship rolls a d8. So we're going to go to the dice tray and take care of that battle. All right, our Nerathan League humans, our warship and a storm elemental attacking the Karkoth storm elemental. So 2d8s. Of course, the humans miss both attacks on the storm elemental, and they have the warship. Come on, and it also misses. Wow. And now it is time for the Karkoth storm elemental to roll, and it rolls a 7 and a 3, which means we have to lose a human unit. They're going to lose the warship. Okay. We are going to roll, once again, we're going to press the attack. So we have 2d8s for the Nerathan storm elemental, a 6, and that die doesn't count. It doesn't matter anyway. 2 6s. The Karkoth storm elemental is destroyed. However, it retaliates, rolls a 2 and a 1. Wow, misses. So our Nerathan League storm elemental survives. Now let's go back to the board. All right, so our Nerathan storm elemental survives the battle, and now we have a dragon taking on a Karkoth warship. And I think, well, I don't know. Let's roll some dice, and I'll leave my judgment for after the battle. All right, so we have the Nerathan, a white dragon, I guess it is, versus the Karkoth warship. The dragon rolls a d20, rolls an 18, which completely destroys the warship. Not too big a surprise, but the warship does get to roll a d8, and it rolls a 4, which is a complete miss. The dragon is successful. Okay, let's go back to the board. All right, so our Nerathan white dragon has managed to sink the Karkoth warship just off the shore there of the Windskull lands, the island. All right, I'm going to zoom in on one more location, and that will conclude this episode. So there's going to be one more battle. That's going to leave us 2 battles for next episode, and the rest of the Nerathan turn. All right, and the last battle for this episode, the Nerathan Part 1, is going to be over here. We have a siege engine, a foot soldier, versus a goblin foot soldier. So let's get to the dice tray, and we will have that battle. All right, we have a siege engine and a foot soldier versus a foot soldier. So the siege engine rolls 2d8s. The foot soldier rolls a d6 for the Nerathan League. And of course, all misses. And now it is time for the hobgoblin to roll its die, and it rolls a 5. It also misses. So we're going to press the attack, of course. And we roll a 4, 3, and a 1. Another complete miss. The hobgoblin rolls a 3, a miss. That's 2 full rounds of misses. Come on. And we're going to press the attack again. And this time, the siege engine does its work. It rolls a 7, eliminating the hobgoblin foot soldier. But it does get to roll a 6-sided die. And it rolls a 1. So it does do nothing. All right. The Nerathan League conquers that space. It was a goblin space, iron circle space, so we're going to get a victory point as well. All right, so the Nerathan League conquers their first land space. We're going to put their token marker on here, and that's going to get the Elven-Human Alliance another victory point. So let's go to the victory point track and add another one. All right, the humans get another victory point, 6-7. They're now only 2 victory points behind the Iron Circle Karkoth Alliance. And so let's go back to the main board and we'll kind of wrap up what happened. This is the Nerathan League Part 1. Okay, so wrapping up Part 1, the Nerathan League humans had a very successful beginning to their turn. They have managed to plunder successfully 2 dungeons, netting them the ointment and also the Maul of the Titans, both very good treasures. Our dragon managed to sink a Karkoth warship, and we also managed to sink another storm elemental in the Forbidden Shores area. So what we're going to have coming up in the next episode is we have a Titan, a siege engine, and a foot soldier taking on the Iron Golem. And over here we have a fighter and a foot soldier taking on a hobgoblin. And of course the rest of the turn, which will include repositioning, reinforcement, and collecting income. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for the conclusion of the Nerathan League, Part 2, and that will be the end of the full Round 1. Of course, this game is played in a series of rounds. Rounds means everybody gets a turn. And we're playing to 20 points, and the first allied team to get to 20 or higher points at the end of a round, and of course not be tied, will be the victor. So, again, thanks for watching. Join me next time for Conquest of Nerath. It's the Dungeons & Dragons board game put out by Wizards of the Coast. Thanks so much. See you next time.